Hi my friends, I hope you're doing well. Today I've decided to do this very short video because over the last couple of weeks or so I had a number of my friends reaching out to me telling me they are either feeling lost or they are feeling down. And so I thought maybe I could share with you what I do when I feel lost and I'm feeling down. How do I handle the situation and what I've learned from my coaches, and what do I do to get out of the feeling lost state, because nobody likes to be there, right? So I think the first really important thing for me these days is, when I do feel down, is to admit to myself that I am down, to be okay with feeling down, feeling lost. In the when I was younger, and I'm sure it's the same for many of you, what I often have been doing was I try to always pretend that I was okay even if I was not okay. These days I know that not being okay is absolutely okay. So when you do have that feeling of, oh my god, I'm not okay, the things are not going right, just sit with that feeling. Don't judge it, don't try to change it, don't try to deny it, but just sit in silence with yourself and admit that you are not okay. Because you know what? It's okay that you are not okay. Second thing that I have learned over the years is that when I'm not okay, especially when I'm not okay, I really have to be aware of what is going on in my head, because our thoughts can become our worst enemies. If you notice, when you are not controlling, or when you are not really being aware of what is going on in your head, your thoughts very often create these huge dramatic horror stories that are going to happen in the future in your mind. You are going to fail, you're going to be fired, you're going to get divorced, your children will fail at school, whatever, right? Your mind can absolutely drive you crazy and be your worst enemy. So I've learned, especially when I'm not okay, when I'm feeling down, to be an observer of my own thoughts, to kind of step back and just see what is going on in my head. Because 100% of the time I realize that if I'm not controlling my thoughts, I will get anxious, I will get into a panic attack, and I will create these horror stories, as I said, in my own head. So then when I do realize that, okay, this is just going on in my head, I try to step back and I just try to feel in my body where these feelings of being lost, of being sad, being disappointed, being angry, where in my body does it come up? Does it come in my stomach? Is it in my head, my throat? And just again, without any judgment, just sit with it in silence by myself, so that I can process openly and honestly this raw emotion, so that I can let it go out of my body eventually. And the last really quick recommendation in this short video from me would be, do not try to look for the solutions outside, in your outside environment. Very often this is what happens, this is what we do, right? There are two things. We either blame other people for how we feel. My colleague pissed me off, my boss pissed me off, my husband, my children. Or we try to find a solution in either getting even busier than we are, so that we don't need to think about our feelings of being lost, or we try to distract ourselves on social media or go partying, whatever it is, right? So my recommendation and my learning, again, if I am not feeling okay, I do not try to look for the solution outside of myself. Sitting in silence, feeling why I am not okay, and just seeing what do I have to do from the inside out to lift my emotions, to get out of that state of not being okay. How do I elevate my state from inside out is extremely important, because you will not be able to change your boss, you will not be able to change behavior of your children all the time. Or you can get distracted for a while, but eventually you will slip back into that state of being lost if you are not dealing with it from inside out. So this would be my 3 very quick recommendations of how I deal with my feelings and states of being lost. And this is a constant training, guys. This is not like I have woke up one day and every time I'm feeling lost it takes me 5 minutes and I feel great again. But with a lot of help, with a lot of coaches over the years, I have realized that there are ways of how we can really control ourselves, how we can be nicer to ourselves, how we can love ourselves with all the faults maybe, or all the negative feelings that we sometimes feel, because it is absolutely normal. So I recommend to you, do not be too harsh on yourself. Just feel how you feel. Try to feel inside what is the best thing for you to do. You will feel it. Trust me, if you trust your intuition, you will find a way. And if it is, going on for a longer period of time, then just reach out, find a coach, reach out to me if you need help, and I will be very happy to help you. So I'm wishing you a great day, and if you need anything, just shoot me a message. Thanks a lot. Bye.